All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to talk about the Cain Velasquez case again, and because there's been a new development relating to the judge and a public announcement that the judge needs protection from violent threats or something like that. And it matters. That matters a lot because of the secondary topic in this video, which is about public opinion and the impact public opinion can have on the outcome of a case. And not just the outcome, but the time that someone who gets convicted gets sentenced to, etc. So I want to talk about all of that. But first, I want to say something really quick. So I've been in this YouTube thing long enough to recognize that some channels, if they hit a certain topic and those topics are getting a lot of views, that they just are like, oh, I'm just going to keep on doing that. And anybody is guilty of doing that. I want to make perfectly clear, when it comes to the Cain Velasquez case, that's not what I'm doing. I genuinely, as a father, feel very emotionally attached to the outcome of this case, and I'm going to pay very close attention to it because I have very strong feelings about it in general. And basically, the videos that I do on this channel just are almost always things that I saw, things that I read, and I go, oh, that's a good topic. And in this case, the fact that, my Cain videos are getting a lot of views, I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing it to grow my YouTube channel. I'm doing it because I really want Cain to walk out of this thing okay. And as I'm going to demonstrate later in the video, I really genuinely believe that we all can have a huge impact on that as this thing moves forward. Now, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. But let's jump into this thing. So the reason I was going to do this video, and before I'd even really thought about the public opinion thing, I read yesterday that the San Jose district court, whatever district court he's in, they're ordering order of protection for the judge because because it's such a public case and there's such passionate support behind Cain Velasquez. And so they're afraid that the judge is going to be a victim of a violent assault or whatever. They're going to have round the clock security parked in front of their house, armed security, and blah, blah, blah. And first of all, let me just say this publicly. I went hard on the judge that let the guy out, and I didn't have nice things to say about the judgment of the judge that didn't grant Cain bail. But I, in absolutely no way whatsoever, support anyone intimidating, attacking, approaching, having anything to do with a judge other than sharing your displeasure with them online if that's something that you want to do. We have freedom of speech in this country. Okay. But to be perfectly crystal clear, because of the nature of this case, okay, if you find yourself supporting Cain, what you're essentially saying is there are things that supersede civilized law. And I am saying that, actually. As much of an illogical argument it might be, I think that the right of a father to protect his children or take matters into his own hands, if the people that are tasked with that have failed to do it, supersedes whatever Western civilized laws that we have. I really believe that. I'm not saying that to sound like tough guy. I'm not saying this. I genuinely, absolutely, as a principle, believe that. I think that if you knew for 100% sure that someone victimized your child, you are completely within your rights to put that person down. And I actually don't think anyone else is within their rights to judge you for it. I don't think that anyone should get to look at you sideways. I don't think anyone should even get to comment on it one way or the other. Much less, including police, judges, whatever. Now, there are very few, if any, other examples that I would give that I hold that principle about. Someone victimizing your wife, same thing. Your spouse, your kids, maybe your parents, depending on the crime or whatever. But outside of that, I don't support any other kind of vigilante shit. I really don't. And so because I'm sitting here and publicly stating that not only, I'm not even saying I support Cain if he would have killed this guy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's not my place to judge him. I think it's his right to do whatever he wants to do in that situation, and my opinion should be fucking irrelevant. Just as irrelevant as anybody who wants to judge him and thinks that it makes sense to lock him in a cage for the rest of his life because he decided that the way he wanted to handle protecting his family was fill in the blank, because I don't care what he does. As long as he's going after the person who did it, and I realize it makes it complicated because he ended up shooting the guy's dad, but that's circumstantial. That guy was helping the person who molested his kid evade him. That guy inadvertently involved himself. Okay, like obviously that guy, he's probably an old dude. He's just driving his piece of shit stepson to get his ankle bracelet put on, and he got caught up. But inadvertently, he became a vehicle for evasion from the justice that a father wanted to mete out, and he got caught in the crossfire. One other thing I wanted to say is this. Now, people keep bringing up the fact that he shot the wrong guy, and they keep going, he could have hit anyone at this intersection. Have you guys actually looked at the pictures of the intersection? Because I don't think many people have, because there's nothing there. It's an intersection because there are two, there's a street this way and a street this way. It's farmland. It's not like they were like downtown San Jose, just like bullets ricocheting off buildings. Okay, that's not where they were. And people need to stop acting like it was, or at the very least do a little bit of research, because an intersection can be in the absolute middle of nowhere, which this was. Anyway, but point being is, if I support that, that doesn't mean that I support people harassing a judge who's just trying to do their job. They might be shitty at their job. Like they might be, I would even say by definition, shitty at their job, right? You're a judge, okay? Your job is not just sentencing people to jail. You're supposed to look at a situation and use your judgment, hence the word judge, for what the right thing to do is. And so, I've seen this crime many times and here's what I do. Nope, that's not good judgment. That's a robot. We can have a robot do that. We can literally program a very simple piece of artificial intelligence to do that. Okay, if you're, the fewer pieces of data that are going into your decision process, the less good at your job you are. And so in the case of allowing that guy to leave free of bail and then not alerting the father, that's just piss poor judgment. You didn't even consider who Cain was. You didn't consider who he was and the decision, the fact that he had already gone to the cops. What is he going to do? Like, how is he going to take this? And you know what? Even if you didn't know that he might go after the guy, you should have thought of how it would make him feel as a father who then feels like no one's protecting his son. Bad judgment. Bad at your job. Bad judgment. Okay, that doesn't mean that I support people attacking judges, intimidating judges, anything like that. The only reason I was looking to find out what that judge's name was is because I was curious if it was the same judge that let the pedophile go and then locked Cain up. That would be very, very interesting information to me, because then at least you're dealing with like a fundamentally incompetent person. But again, do not go after judges. Okay, I can't stress this enough. This goes into the next part. I cannot stress this enough. No one could do a bigger disservice to Cain than to harass or go after a judge. That is the worst possible thing you could do. As a matter of fact, like that is the worst possible thing you could do. Because part 2 of this video is how much public opinion is going to affect the outcome of this case. Okay? Like, as a perfect example, look at the George Floyd case. Okay. Bottom line, did that police officer have any chance of walking out of that courtroom, let's just say like fully innocent, right? And I'm not getting into the circumstances of the case, so that's not my point. But was there any chance in a million years that they were just going to straight up go like, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty? None. Zero. No chance in a million years. And that was because of public opinion, because the public opinion was so heavy, and the jurors and the judge and everybody knew how heavy the public opinion was. Like, there's like, if that was a completely anonymous case, okay, just as an example, that's a totally 100% anonymous case that not one person has even looked at. There's a good chance that cop walks. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying that there is an extraordinarily good chance that cop walks. They would look at the criminal history. They would look at the fact that the guy was an addict, that he had previously swallowed a bunch of pills when he was being arrested a year earlier and had to get his stomach pumped. They'd look at the autopsy that said he had fentanyl in his system, and they would have just argued like, dude, this guy overdosed on fentanyl. You're gonna lock this cop up when there's no way to know for sure that what he did led to the death. When this guy had it, the autopsy said he had enough fentanyl in his system that anyone would have just written it off as an overdose. I mean, he probably would have walked, but there was no way he was gonna walk. None. There's just no way because of public opinion. And I'm saying that plays both directions. Okay, like it doesn't just lead to convictions; it can also lead the other way, where if the public opinion is, are you serious? The guy never should have been out in the first place. Cain is a father who's protecting his kid. We can't live in a society where a father's not allowed to protect his kid. If that's the only message that anyone hears, that bodes very well for Cain. So 2 things. A, stop fucking, if you're a Cain fan, if you actually care about Cain Velasquez and you care about his family, stop saying, well, it's too bad he shot the dad. So, I do think he acted really reckless. Fucking keep that shit offline. Whether you believe that or not, I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. That's the thing. I don't fucking care what your opinion is. Because what I'm telling you is plain and simple. Words matter in this case. And I know most people are incapable of thinking this way. But when you speak, you should think about what the outcome's going to be. What are you going to drive outcome-wise? Most people are just like, I feel this way, so I say what I want. I say what I want to say, and my opinion is really important. And so the most important thing is just sharing my opinion. It's fair to say most people are like that. But man, that's one of my biggest pet peeves, especially in business, man. Like when I watch them, I just watch them, especially like when what Gabrielle does. I just watch them like, Jesus, man. It's as if people, when you're communicating, you should be thinking strategically. Not if you're just hanging out with your friends or whatever, but if you're saying something that you're going to put out publicly, what's the outcome going to be? What are you trying to do? There shouldn't be anything you put out publicly where you haven't considered what the outcome would be. And in the case of Cain, every single person, without exception, when you say something publicly, whether it's a comment in the fucking comments, it matters. And so if you want to say something critical of Cain, you want to say, oh, he acted recklessly. Oh, you blah, blah, blah. First of all, if you don't have kids, shut the fuck up about this case, dude. Straight up. I'm looking directly in the camera because I'm telling you, if you don't have kids, shut the fuck up, dude. It is no different than DJ Vlad, talking about what it's like to be black in America as a white Ukrainian. Shut the fuck up, DJ Vlad. You don't know what you're talking about. You are not a black person. I don't care how many black people you know. You don't know what it's like to be black. And just because you know a bunch of people who have kids, don't fucking think you know what it's like to imagine your kid getting molested by some guy. Don't, because you don't have any idea what the fuck you're talking about. Even if you have nieces and nephews, you might think you know. You don't know. You do not fucking know. And here's the thing. Even if you have kids, you don't fucking know, dude. You know a lot better than someone who doesn't have kids, but you don't know what it would actually be like. I know that I don't know. I know things that have gotten me to 10 out of 10 that don't even creep up on this kind of thing. So that's why I say if you are adverse to Cain in this and you want to comment, oh, he's reckless, blah, 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 and you don't have kids, again, shut the fuck up about that. My place is if you want to say anything negative about Cain, about what he did, then you should all shut the fuck up. But that's only because I really want him to get as little time as possible. And I know for sure that the more universal the support is in his direction, the more likely it is that he gets probation or gets a very, very low prison sentence. And so if you attacked a judge, right? If someone attacked a judge or someone egged their house or someone fucking sent them nasty things on Twitter, actually singled out the judge. I cannot stress enough. You may as well add years onto Cain's sentence. That's exactly what the outcome will be. I know, I know how hard it is for people to actually think through strategy. They're emotional. They want to act on their emotions. It's childish. I learned all that shit the hard way. When I was in my fucking late 20s, early 30s and in business, I would do things emotionally and I learned the hard way. Okay, so when I don't think things out and I just act, I have negative consequences. So don't do that. Think about the things you're going to say. Think about the things you're going to do and what's the outcome going to be. Attack a judge, you may as well fucking literally, you attack a judge, in this case, you may as well add 8 years to Cain's sentence. If you send them a thing on Twitter that's you're a piece of shit, fuck you. Honestly, you may as well just throw a handcuff on Cain. You're not helping. You're doing the exact opposite. If you want to help Cain, publicly state it's any father's right to defend his family under any circumstances, and don't waver from that opinion. That's how you help Cain. Anyway, that's what I got. Peace.